Now, the third thing we need to do when we are doing appraisal is to assess the market challenges. Your customer need loan to take. How have you assessed the investment plan to know that there's a ready market for it? I said it a while ago that if you are giving him money to buy goods, are you giving him money to buy customer? No. So why is he buying more stock? Is that he has more customers now? Where is he going to put the goods? All the goods in his shop are 5 million. The shop, even you cannot enter. And he say, I want another 5 million to stock up. Up where? Where is he stocking it up when you cannot even enter? So where is he going to put the goods? Have you asked? Does it require manpower? Does it require to hire more hands? Have you asked? The investment plan, is this something that the customer can do on his own? Is this something you need to learn something about? Have you considered those kind of market challenge? Is it something that requires regulation? How is he be able to get license and all those kind of things? Have you considered that? Those are the marketing challenges you also need to appraise. So he does he can pay capacity. He has good character. All the people say anytime they do a job, he always pay. Good. But what about market challenge? Because if he has those problems, he will not repay the loan. We will delve more into investment when we're going to risk assessment, okay? All right, now diversification. You also need to have a diversified portfolio in 4 key areas. 1, products. In most banks, the relationship officers are the same. So you do maybe the micro, unsecure, the semi-secure one, you are still the one doing it. Maybe you even mix it with consumer lending, you still give some salary loan. Some people do agree on one side, they still add it to it. Some do education, they still add it to it. You need to diversify your portfolio across the product of your institution so that you are not doing only education. If you were doing only education, you'd be like my company right now. My company is in a crisis mode because we're disbursing only education loan. Now, we are closed up for the past 5 months. So, diversify your portfolio. If you are doing only agric, the day government decide that they are doing agric on their own, nobody will buy from you again. You will have challenges. If that sector have a problem, if that product itself, there's a change, maybe your bank decide that this product, we want to make it more pricey, you will have problem. And those are the people you have in your portfolio. They will leave your portfolio and they won't come back, they will go. So please, you need to diversify your portfolio within the products of the organization. Another thing is industry. Okay, I was mixing industry with product. Industry, if it's a commerce sector, if it's an industrial sector, you need to mix it so that you don't have only one sector in your business. Also geography. Some of us, we just choose one market, one line of the market, and we give all of them loan. God will bless them in that market. Nothing will happen to them in Jesus' name. But the day fire consumed that market, there's problem. We witnessed that in K2 when fire engulfed taco market in K2. Some people's career ended that day. So geography, you have here, you have here. The beautiful thing about having your customer in one place is that it's easy to monitor, but the risk will not happen all the time. But when it happens, it's always very catastrophic. So please diversify in geography, that area. Also demography. Some of us, because you'll be surprised, some people, it's only women they can give loan. It's just easy for them to market women. Diversify your portfolio based on demography. Is it young people you are given, single people, married people, women, men, tall, short? Please just diversify. Now, if you are new, you do not have data to use to analyze this. But once you have learned for more than 6 months, you now have data, you can evaluate your portfolio. You can now say, in this my portfolio now, let me analyze all the loans I've given out based on their product. Which ones are easy for me to market? Which ones are easy for me to convert? Which ones are easy for me to recover? I don't even call them before they pay. Which ones are very hard for me to recover? Which ones are, in fact, no-go area? After 6 months of lending, you should be able to analyze your portfolio like this. In area 2, this one market, K2 market, my 12 market, Ojota, Ikosi Road. Which areas do I have where the people plenty? Please, you must be able to also look at that, okay? All right, then risk assessment. What are you? Risk assessment is identification of potential risk, the likelihood that they materialize, measurement of the severity of their impact. Now, what do you assess? Capacity to pay, investment plan, and collateral. Now, under capacity to pay, you need to understand the position of the business and its growth potential. Does the business have potential to grow? What is the position of that business in the market? Because if you have a market that is a huge market and your customer is selling what is not relevant, then the growth process might be hindered, okay? Then ability to successfully react to a new competitor. If ShopRite open beside that your customer that is selling provision, what will happen to your loan? Assess that is a risk. I did not say you should go and ask if ShopRite will buy the next shop, but then ask yourself, if this customer now have a new competitor tomorrow, how will this business survive? Then what are the risks of the sector this woman is, and what are the new opportunities that might open up in this sector? A lot of people have forgotten about the health sector in the economy. But since COVID-19 happened, those people have been selling like mad because somehow, I don't know, everybody is just sick right now. So you must buy. So you see, it was supposed to be a risky sector, but the event has opened up new opportunities. So ask yourself, what new opportunities are open to this business? What risks are there inherent in the sector that this business is? If you can analyze all this, you have seen a cushion, then go ahead. You won't have a problem when that loan gets into your portfolio. Investment plan. Is it an existing venture or a new one? Is it in the same line? Somebody is selling provision, you want to add soap to it, that one is not a problem. But if it's a new one, you want to start selling boutique by the side, you need to find out if it's a new venture, how is it going to manage it? What is it going to put there? What's the competency of that person? How are we sure that person will not embezzle the money and everything? Then, of course, we have the time factor too of the investment plan. Somebody wants to buy a car and you are giving the person loan to pay for 6 months. He will start paying in 30 days down, 30 days time. And the car is still going to bring it from California. It will take 1 month to even bring it to Nigeria before it will start putting the car into use. So if you do not consider that time factor of getting the investment plan to the point that the investment can start generating income for the customer, you might have issue when it's time for repayment. And then, okay. Then implicit and explicit costs. When you're talking about investment plan, you have to consider all the costs. You cannot buy a bus for somebody and not think about, if the person buy a bus now and say, I want to use it to supply business, and the bus doesn't have registration, it doesn't have tire, it doesn't have anything, and the customer does not have money to fix all this problem, the bus cannot work, you cannot get your money back. So think about all the implicit costs and explicit costs. So if I'm buying a laptop now, this laptop, I'm going to use it to be doing business. What kind of program will I need there? Add it to the cost. What antivirus will I need? Add it to, do everything so that immediately the customer is handling the loan, it can cover everything that will take the investment plan to the point of generating income for the customer. Okay? Now, collateral. What are the type of the collateral? What are the mix of the collateral? Okay. When we were in training, we were told that no matter how great a customer is and the kind of things he has, he must have household goods. If not, where is the customer living? It's not because of anything, it's because of the emotional value. You can have the whole world, but the insult of somebody coming to your house now, say, what can carry, even if that thing doesn't make sense, but that emotional torture is what that one is for. So you need to understand that your customer must value that collateral. If the collateral doesn't have value, you hear something like, I bet can't carry your motor to sell. Once you hear that from customer, you have missed access. It means that car, maybe you give the person a loan of 1 million, that car cannot be 150. In fact, you need to go and call them in a way to come and share and go and sell it. It's that bad. When customers say, come and carry your car, that's finished. There's no value in the collateral. Ensure you take collateral that the customer places value in. Now, when customers start telling you, on top waiting, why are you taking my Jeep? After all, it's only 500,000 I want to take. Tell the customer, madam, maybe you will not default. So what is this? Or do you want to default? Immediately you hear, that what? Say, hey, there's no problem then. Then they'll give you the vehicle particular. Always straight at them. Madam, are you running away? Do you want to default? You want to take our money and run through it? Have facts, what's it called? Straight talk with your customers at the beginning. So that when it's time to repay and you are calling them, they already know the kind of voice they will hear. It will be, madam, I thought I told you you have to pay before today, because when you were doing assessment, you did not drink tea. You did not collect transport money. So they cannot insult you. Mouth wake up, you know they talk. So also ask yourself, this collateral I've taken, how can I use it to enforce willingness? Because that is the main issue. The first reason we take collateral is to ensure willingness, not to sell. Not to sell. Who has time to go and be sitting there in the court and be getting one signature, one? No. Although when it comes to that, I mean, that's the last resort. We can actually do that. But the main issue why we are taking collateral is just to enforce willingness. So I can enforce willingness. The cocoa of the whole everything I've said is know your customer's touch point. Know that place that when you touch the customer must respond. Some of them is their husband. I will call your husband. Some of them is a guarantor. I will call your guarantor. I will call your guarantor's husband. No, you must know that thing. It's not in committee. You must know it. That thing that when you press it, it will touch the customer and it will ensure that the customer is willing to repay your loan. That is how you have a good loan portfolio. Okay, MIS. That's Management Information System. I mean, Henry did a lot of work here to tell you the information you need, all the things that you need to know. Okay. A lot of our core banking have all this information. Some of us have not even taken time to check them because we don't even, some of us, we don't know what to check. Some we feel, I bet what's the cocoa, just tell you one pay today. No, you need to be able to analyze your portfolio because like I said, information is the currency of this generation. You need information. The only way you can have a healthy portfolio is to have information, not from outside, from that same portfolio. You need to analyze your portfolio. One, for you to be relevant to your company, you have to have yield, which means your company must be making profit from you. What I'm saying is this. Okay, I think there's a place where I calculated it. I'll get to it. All the profits the customer is getting, for example, let's say your company is 20, let's say your interest rate is 20% per annum and your loan portfolio is 10 million. 20% of 10 million is, how much is 20% of 10 million? 200,000. No, 2 million. 4 million. Is it 2 million? 2 million, thank you. So 2 million is what the company is making from you in a year, okay? So 2 divided by 10, that is your yield to the company. That is your yield. If the day your company decides to downsize, they also check yield. If you are making profit, you will matter. If you are not making profit, you will not matter. So those are the kind of ways you can use MIS to help yourself in your organization. I talked about doing client acquisition from inside your existing customers. How do you know if you did not analyze them? Analyze them, how many of your customers are living in the next 2? How many of them can you readily give loans to right now? How many of them are on long maturity loans? How many of the ones that are giving you problem will soon finish? How many of them it will take a long time so that you can know what to do about it? What are the portfolio size? There are a lot of things you can do with the information about your existing customers. That's why you need to be able to analyze your own portfolio. I've said it, it is ownership. Take ownership and be able to analyze your portfolio. Now, these are some of the things that your portfolio report contains. You know your gross loan, outstanding loan balance, all the loans that you have disbursed within some period. That one also helps us for our marketing. Some of us, some period like that, we get more loans than some period. Some period, there are some kind of customers that we get, unlike some other period. So you need to understand all this, okay? Then your payments that are in arrears, how many of your loans have been written off? If you have loans that are written off, those are even the first place you check. What sector of business are they in? Try and remember the day you went to do the assessment. What did you not see? What did you miss? How did they get to the point of them writing off that loan? How did it go to the point that you could not recover that loan? What did you miss? You have to think back to that day you did the assessment. Then you can know how to prevent yourself from entering that kind of problem again. Number of the customers that you have, number of savings customers that you have, you know, break down your portfolio based on product, region, and other things like that, okay? All right, now, these are the report schedule type. What are the installments that are due? The ones that are late, maybe the ones that didn't pay from yesterday till whenever. How much cash collection have I been able to collect? Maybe the ones that are due or not due. How many loans have I been able to disburse in a week, in a month? How many? What is my loan status report? How many outstanding loans I have, interest, the frequency. Some of us like giving short-term maturity loans. Analyze them. Is it the short maturity ones that give me problem or the long maturity ones? Do you understand? So you need to also do that. Then Henry went ahead to give us a sample of what this thing look like. So you see customer name, gender, days in overdue, loan array. You see all the topics that you can use to sort and know which of the customers are giving you problem. This is even the best way to get your right fit customer profile. Then you can know the customers that are not giving you issues, what sector they are in mostly, what kind of loans do they take, repayment schedule do they have, all those kind of things you need to check. This is just a sample of a portfolio report. It might not be the same for every organization. I mean, this can never be the same as mine because we deal with schools. So I can't have this. So please check your organization and know which one is good for them, okay? Which ones do they have? But the most important thing is that you need to have enough information and you need to be able to analyze them, okay? Then, of course, we need to understand the product classification according to CBN. That's, is your loan performing? We have to keep 1% of it. If it becomes pass and watch, 5% of it, substandard. So that yield that I was talking about that time, when you calculate your profit that the bank is making from your portfolio in a year, you also need to see what is costing them in provisioning. If all your loans are in doubtful, it means 50% of that income has gone to provisioning. It's only 50% that is remaining. That means your yield has reduced to maybe 1% or 2%. It means you do not matter. If they let you go now, they will not sweat. If you are somebody like me, I must be relevant though. I cannot not matter. Okay, so you need to understand this so that you can see where your portfolio is going to. You can quickly remedy it, okay? The best place you can learn is from your own portfolio. No matter how your credit trainer train you from now to tomorrow, until you enter market, disburse, get portfolio, that's when you can learn from your portfolio, okay? These are some of the ratios that you can use to analyze businesses: liquidity ratio, turnover, debt, profitability. I'm sorry, I'm rushing because I've used more than all the time I'm given. Okay, maybe Henry will just send you all this ratio analysis table so that you can understand them. Let me see, monitoring to, okay, there's an assignment here for you. I'll come back to it, that you need to do and submit, okay. Some people don't know how to calculate PAR. They are just waiting for the person that used to tell them, or their team lead to tell them, your PAR today is 10%. They don't even know what it means. Please, your PAR, let me explain it with the one down. Your outstanding principal balance of all the loans that are due more than X days, that's of all the loans that are due more than 1 day, divided by all the outstanding principal balance of all. What it means is this: I've given 10 people 100,000. It means my outstanding, I've given 10 people 100,000. None of them have repaid. My outstanding loan balance is 1 million. Now, it reached the day that one of them is supposed to pay, and the person's loan is 100,000, and the person did not pay. The rest, I don't have a problem. They have not reached. But this one, he did not pay. That 100,000, put it up. Then your outstanding balance, which is that 1 million, put it down. That is how you calculate your PAR, and your PAR is 10% according to that calculation. So your outstanding principal where they not pay, that money where they owe you, the one they are owing you outside, the principal value of it, divided by all the outstanding principal that you have. Not all the loan you disburse, so outstanding principal, that means all the one where they don't pay back, remove it. All your portfolio as of today, that is your outstanding principal balance of all the loans that you have. And that's how to calculate your PAR, okay? Loan loss, this one is write-off and loan loss, how you can calculate your write-off ratio and all that. Okay, sorry, I want to go back now. This is the assignment. I think you are supposed to do this and submit to the email address that Henry will provide. Now, this is 2 minutes to the end of my time.
Sorry, Mrs. Dayo. Please, can you go back to, can you hear me?
I hear you clearly.
Yes, please, can you go back to the calculation of the PAR again, please?
Calculation of the PAR. This one?
Yes.
We are missing out in our generation now is that we have still not realized that microfinance has come to stay. Most of us want to just work briefly. Let me collect salary until I get that work at the
shell
CBN.
job.
Exactly, yeah. Shell job.
And run away.
And run away, which is not working. Now, as it is, what we are trying to do here is, at this stage, build microfinance professionals, whereby you can go to a customer. You don't need to take anything. All you just need to go to is with your pencil and your paper. And you're going to be asking the customer's question. You're going to get the customer's inventory turnover. How many days did it take a customer to sell off his inventory? We had that training. Dayo can testify to that. And it made us professionals that we are today. But are microfinance professionals willing to learn? No. Now, let me go back to Sammy Prince, your question on PAR. As we are today, I've done several interviews and I'm still doing interviews tomorrow. I have interviews virtually every week, every now and then. Some people online here knows about it. I keep asking the question, what is PAR? 90% of microfinance professionals don't know what PAR is. What we think PAR is not what PAR is. What we always see is loan at risk. And I will explain it again, Sammy. Listen, are you with me, Sammy? Hello, Sammy.
I'm with you.
Now, let me give you a practical example.
Yes, I'm with you.
Good. You give a customer a loan of 100,000, right? That customer is supposed to be paying 20,000. Interest is 20,000. It's just an example. The customer on this first installment, he pays you instead of paying you 20,000, he pays you a 15,000. How much is remaining, Sammy? It's remaining 5,000, right?
5,000.
That 5,000 is your loan at risk, LAR, L-A-R. That is just the loan at risk. It is not the PAR at risk.
Yes.
The PAR at risk is
yes,
the whole principal that is remaining in that loan. Remove the interest out of it. Remove the 20,000 interest out of it. If the customer pays you 15,000, normally the whole money that the customer is supposed to, that's remaining is supposed to be, that's 105 if he has paid you 15,000. Is it not?
Yep.
Now, if you now, if you now assume that the principal is an 80,000, that 80,000 is the loan at risk. Multiply it by the total outstanding loan that you are seeing. Multiply by 100 will give you your PAR. My plan was after this program, I'm going to look for time to organize training for those that really want to understand how portfolio works. How to calculate your disposable income, that you actually need to be in that training because that is my guide to in that area. How to calculate PAR to the core, how to know when, what to deduct, your DTR, disposable income, everything you need to know, how to go to the field, go with your biro, how to get your balance sheet, your income statement, your cash flow. These are just questions. You can go to a customer's place. Madam, how much have you sold today? The woman will tell you, I've sold 100 naira. Where is he going? He's not going to your balance sheet. It's going to your income statement. You understand? So these are the things that you need to know. You can ask, Madam, how much do you have at hand? I've sold, what I have here is 20,000. That one is going to your balance sheet. How much do you have in your bank? By the time you put all these things down, the stock you have here, how much is it? 50,000. It's going to, that forms your inventory. Madam, how much are you owing? I'm owing somebody 40,000, 50,000, 100,000. It goes to your balance sheet. So you should be able to stay as a microfinance to calculate what would go into the customer's book. The customers don't know this. But if I sit down with the customer, I've done it several times. I will ask customer 20 questions. I've formed my balance sheet, formed my income statement, formed my cash flow. And that is the level that we want it to get to now. So I think after this one, we will still have time. You can still call me on a very day, any other day, ask me, how are we going to calculate this? And I'll tell you. But I think with time, we are going to organize a training in future that will address this issue. So that's all I can say now. For now, Sammy.